General, thank you very much for coming on. Use this and play off of the latest in Ukraine, this Odesa attack overnight, to give us an update on where you think things stand with the war right now.
Well, I think overall we're seeing a lot of progress by the Ukrainians, but not up north. It's really happening down south. The success the Ukrainians are having against the Black Sea Fleet, against Black Sea headquarters, and some of their other operations are pretty significant. Yet up in the north, the counteroffensive is going slower than we want. We're running out of time for the fighting season this year. We could very well go into winter without a decisive battle. So doing well up north, not well up north, probably better in the south, but we're going into the winter and the war won't be over by then.
Speaking of time, to your point, and when the war might be over, is there any reason to believe that the end is anywhere in sight? In other words, is there anything that could happen in the next 6 months or so that you're watching that could be a key turning point or something to watch in this war? Or are we really in it for the long haul at this point?
Well, if both sides continue to fight, if both sides continue to have unreasonable war termination goals, Putin wants to annex that portion of Ukraine. Zelensky says he wants all Russians out completely from Ukraine and Crimea. There's just no middle point there. And I don't think militarily that anything with more than a 20% probability will change this war.
Is there ever going to be a middle point there? In other words, do you ever see a world in which Zelensky says, well, OK, I'm going to have to give it a little bit to keep most of my country? I mean, he's given, to your point, no indication that we'll ever get to that stage. But do you think that he might at some point?
Well, you know, I'm sort of reminded of the First World War. In Ukraine, we had initially a war of maneuver. We moved on to a war of attrition. We're seeing that war of attrition going on now. And we're quickly moving towards a war of exhaustion. And like World War I think one or both sides will just have to get to the point of exhaustion before they try to reconcile and come to some sort of agreement.
Let me ask you, before I let you go, General, about that other story that I mentioned before I introduced you, the story about the military barracks. I mean, boy, the GAO, bed bugs, mold, sewage, all these types of things found in military-based barracks. Your reaction as someone who served for so long?
Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in military barracks as both a young officer and a senior officer. The fact remains, I think we're going to find out the term BMAR, backlog maintenance repair. The base engineers are the ones that are responsible for doing the engineering up in the ceilings, down in the toilets. This isn't a matter of sanitation. This is a matter of age and rust. And as long as Congress isn't giving us enough BMAR money to do the backlog and repair, I think we're going to see more of this rather than less of this. This is not something that can be fixed by a Band-Aid.
Okay. That's Brigadier General Mark Kimmitt. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.